All right, we want to welcome you all today with the
Best day of my life.
okay, and who we have here today is Dana Butler. You know, it's always the best day of his life.
Without a doubt.
But we got a great story for you all. It's an encouraging story. It's a story of hope. It's just a big story, and y'all are going to love it. We also, I guess you're saying, like, who is this nice looking, light skinned man on the side of Butler? Because Butler normally be by himself, okay? But today we're going to have an interesting story, and I'm going to let him explain who he is. But right now, your name is?
My name is TJ, and I'm his older brother.
Damn! Bet you wasn't expecting that.
Crazy. So I'm gonna give the backstory real fast. You probably seen it on the other. I hadn't uploaded it yet, but I will upload it. So what took place was last night. I was tap dancing for the white man at work.
Like we all do.
Yeah. So Maravine hit me up. Maravine is the baby sister. So she hit me up. She was like, I think we may have a sibling. Mind you that my sister can be a tad bit dramatic when it comes to certain things. And I ain't saying she overreact, but sometimes it just be dramatic. So she was like, she was doing this Ancestry.com thing, and somebody hit her up, and I got back with them, and she was like, I looked them up on Facebook. I was like, what's the info? Give me the info. When she gave me the info, I went straight to his page. Did a little.
You did your homework.
I did a little stalking first.
Okay.
I see what's going on, and then I immediately jumped in his inbox. I don't remember what I said, but it was something along the lines of some kind of way Henry Butler came up, and then I think I was like, he was like, you know Henry Butler? I was like, yeah, that's my dad. And he was like, that's my dad. And so I gave him my phone number, but then like I'm just gonna tell my version of you know, welcome to chime in anytime. But I was working, and then when I called him and I was talking to him, you know how some things just kind of seem like real authentic. But when I was talking to him, it wouldn't. I was like, it ain't no money grab because I ain't got no money.
Right.
And then I was just like, so what's going on? But then when I started listening to him and really paying attention to the tone of his voice, and then I believe from a spiritual aspect, I kind of sometimes I be in case management mode, so I can kind of feel certain things that the average person may not feel or whatnot. When I was talking to him, when I was talking to you, I felt like I was talking to my big brother. It's weird because nobody never said that to me. Now today I done found out that, we knew.
Right. So this has been already out there. So how do you feel about it?
It was like I learned about it when I was 19. So I'm 48 now.
Oh wow.
So I learned about it a long time ago, but I just never gave it a whole lot of thought really. And so when I went through 4 years of dialysis, and I had a kidney transplant.
Okay.
So when I got done with my kidney transplant, I said, man, I need to find out my father's side of the family. Because I would go to the doctor and they were like, what about your dad's side of the family?
Right.
Right. I don't know. I said, man, you know what? Let me find out. And so I did the ancestry thing with that intent. I said, maybe it'll hit, maybe it won't. So let me just try it. So I kept getting like from my mama's side of the family. I'm like, man, I know y'all. Like I know, like I'm the one that was hitting. I said, I know them. Like I know that's my fault. And then it hit our younger sister, and
Melvina, right?
Melvina hit her, and I was like, I left her a message. I said, because it said first cousin. So I looked up what that meant, and they was like, y'all fathers are probably brothers.
Right. Okay.
I said, okay. So that's when I hit her up. I was like, I'm looking for Henry Butler. And I know her last name was Butler. So
how did you know his name though?
My mom told me, like I said, years ago, who my father was. And that guy named Henry Butler. And she explained who his brothers was and who he was married to. And she said, she was like, you got brothers and sisters out there. I was like, okay. And so that's when I hit her up, and I was like, I'm looking for a Henry Butler, and I think we might be cousins. I don't know.
Right.
And that was back. I want to say July.
Okay.
That was back in July. And so I get so busy and I work all the time.
Right.
I hadn't paid attention. So she said she'd hit me up. But I never looked back to the Ancestry.com thing. And so then I get I get a friend request from him.
Okay, that's bringing us up to today.
Right.
Okay.
And so I said, no, that can't. I said, let me look at his profile. Look at his profile.
You stopped.
And I saw her picture. Yeah. I said, oh no, for real. So I was like, I hit the accept friend request, and he immediately hit me a couple of minutes later.
Kyle.
He was like, you know, I heard you might know Henry Butler. I said, yeah, that's my daddy.
Right.
He was like, that's my daddy too. He sent me his number.
Oh.
He sent me his number right away. And I was
Boom.
like, I hit the number and it's just dialing. And I'm like, don't cry, TJ. Just
right.
Be
Let's
cool.
hold it in.
Be cool. And so once I started talking to him, it's like, yeah, we both we both started
Oh,
sniffing.
wow.
I'm a Pisces.
Already
I'm like,
out the gate.
We both started.
Yeah, but
And
that's a very emotional point of at contact. What do you think what made you cry? Cause you can talk to, I have a sister that I talked to that I found out similar to y'all's story. I didn't feel moved to cry. So it's not that that's a bad thing, a good or bad thing, but I just want to know what made you, did you have a lot of thoughts? Did you have a lot of questions? Or you was like, God, I got a big brother. What was that?
So mind you that with me, I'm a Pisces, so I'm in tune with my nipples.
Right.
But what I'm saying, so sometimes I could be riding down the road and I can see a wreck that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
And it'll overcome it. Or have you seen that Drake video where he be passing out the money?
Okay. You cried on that.
Oh my God. When he rolled up on the family and just gave them the money, then they would look back, they was like, oh, that's Drake. Oh man, that thing got me right here.
But what triggered?
But on this one right here, I heard something. I was like, in my mind, when I was a little dude, and I remember one time I almost got jumped. I ran from Buford Highway, from my school all the way to Buford Highway. In the back of my mind, I was like, man, if I had a brother, he'll beat y'all.
I wouldn't have to do this.
He'll beat y'all ass.
Deal with y'all ass.
Yeah. So, but when I was talking to him, it wasn't no, what T.I. be saying, it wasn't no mystery in this. I could hear it.
Right.
I could hear it. And then he was coming from a sincere place. And then I could hear the emotion. And it just hit me now.
Well, what drove you? What made you initial? Same question.
To not know really anything, and then all of a sudden get this influx of.
At one time.
And it's just it was overwhelming at one time.
We all hitting them up.
Right. And it's at this point, I'm getting text messages, I'm getting friend requests.
Wow.
I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, it just, and then I kept getting calls. And then I talked to Eleanor this morning, and she just lost it.
Wow.
So she was like, I got to FaceTime you. I got to see what you look like. So I'm FaceTiming. Oh my God, you're a butler. So it went from not knowing anything to
knowing
bro, you got all this. I have another sister, and and she's pregnant. And so I'm like, oh, I'm about to be an uncle. Like, bro, little do you know, you've been you've been one.
Yeah.
And so it was.
That's when I found out about it. I said, you got a whole nother gang of nieces.
Yeah, it was.
And he was like, dang, I didn't even think about that. So do you think that if you had him earlier, you were saying he'll beat up people, but what other things?
I think that, you know what, and then I'm not an excuse type person, because anything that I've gotten myself in, man, I feel like God put me in a situation where I may have learned something for those people to come after me. Because we can all, what if? But in my mind, I'm just like, man, well, this is what we're at right now.
Right.
And I have a responsibility to his daughters. I have a responsibility to my daughters, and I got a grandson on the way. So, I just want to be the best possible person that I can be. And with understanding this, I'm like, we talk on a regular basis. So I'm like, what God trying to get me to see? So, because now I'm going to do the ancestry thing.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Is that going to make you want to?
I got to see what's going on, because this is one of the key things that have stuck with me. I got to have a real sit down with Henry Butler and just talk to him. But if I have a child somewhere, I'm going to try to see what's going on.
Right.
And you can put the fear of God or the fear of the devil or anybody, and you can't see your child, and you can't have. Listen, as long as I got breath in my body and I got some children out here, man, I'm gonna see what's going on.
As you should.
Period.
As you should.
And when I was talking to him, he's not coming from a bitter place. He's a grown man.
Right.
And but with me, even now, and I won't discuss it on camera, I be wishing that certain people just like step up and do certain things. But maybe that's not what God got for you to do.
Right.
And then also I understand that I can't blame anybody for you possibly doing the best that you possibly could. You know what I mean?
Because what if they didn't know?
You see what I'm saying? You talking about somebody who didn't know their daddy, they didn't know their mama.
Right.
And I'm not making no excuses for nobody, but what I'm saying is I have seen him on days where maybe this dude doing the best that he possibly can.
Right.
And there's some days where maybe somebody was looking at me and like, man, he could have did this, he could have did that. Bro, maybe I'm doing the best that I can. So what I want to show my grandson, his name, King Salem. Salem is his name.
King Salem?
I'm calling him King Salem.
Oh, okay. I was like, I ain't hear that
His name
part.
is Salem, but I'm gonna
King
call him
Salem.
King
Okay,
Salem.
come on.
But I just want to show him, hey man, like we make mistakes. People make mistakes, and it's not about blaming. It's about how can I turn this into something great for you?
Positive.
How can I do it? It's not about me. It's not even about this generation. It's about those people to come after us. But I'm happy that even when we was at the house with everybody else, I was just like, man, I said I'm gonna shoot bro my address. And then I'm gonna let them know I'm on the way home. Man, I hope I ain't cause I know it could be overwhelming.
Right.
I done seen him yawn about 5 or 6 times, so I know he passed the bedtime already. He got
and yours too. And yours, he's right behind you, sir. So he's right behind you. It's not far.
9:30, I'd be like,
boy,
yeah.
Let me start winding down.
He got about a 10 o'clock. That's it.
But as we talking, we have so many similarities
Right.
and some of the mannerisms are the same. And it's not like talking to yourself, but he don't do a whole lot of clubbing.
Right.
He been married for 22 years.
Okay, big ups to the marriage.
So it just, but he produced daughters. I produced daughters.
Right, both of y'all got that in common.
So I'm just, man, I don't know what's gonna come next, man. I hope it might.
What do y'all want to see come forth from this day? Because you don't want to, stop the wagon, and then once you feel like it's a good thing and it's authentic, then what you think your steps will be with keeping this going?
I feel like out of everything that happened, I feel like everything that happens is supposed to happen. There's not no such thing as. I mean, it's easy to look back and be like, I wish I'd have did this different. But everything that happens is supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Everything. What I want to do is, like I said, I got 4 daughters. I got to let my daughters meet everybody first of all. And my wife was like, we got to have everybody over to the house. And cause this has been
A lot.
It has, but in a good way.
Right.
It's overwhelming, but in a good way. Like if you just hit the lottery, it's like, okay, it's a lot.
Right.
It's a good lot.
But it's a good lot. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
And so, I want to, while I'm doing it now, because I told one of my daughters, she's the one probably the most level-headed one. She can kind of take information and not get freaked out with it. But I told her, she was like, well, Daddy, let me know when you get home. And, they crazy or not. So, she was like, because, my wife was like, I know you're going to probably be home late. So, yeah, just, But, like I sent my wife the pictures we all took. And she was like, oh, my God. So, it's crazy, man. But everything that happened was supposed to happen the way it is. And from here, I want my kids to know everybody. I don't want our relationship to be the whole aspect, whole family thing. Like I want my relationship with him.
Right.
I want my relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with everybody have your individual
and not
relationship.
not just we just do it as a group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I've had some good conversations with it, like with all
with
of them.
everybody,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody. And that's what I want. That's what I want to be individual.
And it continue.
Yeah. And we come together, that's fine, but I wanted to be individual.
Right.
Like, I always wanted a brother.
Oh.
I always wanted a brother.
I'm a
I remember my mama got pregnant and like
I could have been wearing this nigga.
I'm like, I owe him some ass whoopings. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
All this. Hey, we gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm like, God, no.
We getting it all out.
I used to be my little sister. She was
Right.
like, I'm a girl, stop.
I knew I had a brother
I gotta
out
take it out
here.
on somebody.
Right, and I'm so sorry you the one.
I do think about like, damn, I probably could have kept me out of prison.
Right. He could have told me something.
I'll never snatch his ass up.
Right.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
What's some things you want to do?
I want to meet his daughters because when I look at my nieces, I see I see a part of me because all of us kind of look alike. You know what I mean? But then like it's all new. But I just wanna meet my people, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I just want to meet my people. I feel like on some Harriet Tubman, somebody that came and snatched up
Come
the
on,
light skinned slaves.
Wow.
Wow. Now we bet like the color purple.
Right. My key not, baby.
So just go, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I know that when it get hot, bro, we already got some moonwalks.
Yeah, we got
moonwalks. Get together. And,
we got pools. You
see what I'm saying?
Oh, that works
Get
out.
together and just like, and then I think it's happening in a place where Dad is 82 years old, so I don't know how much time that he got left.
It's
and then
amazing.
when we was talking, he was in the hospital yesterday.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah, he'd be in the hospital all the time.
Let me tell you, he probably be telling me, I wish you would mess with me. I'm coming back home.
Yeah, man. So
that was
I just like to see what tomorrow bring, man, and more for that generation. Because with Dayana, you know, she pregnant, so everything is emotional to her. But for her to know that,
don't talk
that
about
you
her.
got some more cousins, you got an uncle. And
She finna cry again.
Yeah, she might.
She can't wait. She can't wait. She gonna cry.
Yeah.
But it's all good though, man. It's just like growth. And then I know I didn't talk this head off because I had a little brother moment, you know, because I'm the big bro. Like I'm the big bro.
You the man.
And I do that as best as I could, but bro, it was just comforting just to talk to you and just be like, even though I know I would talk, I made him look at all my pictures and all. I told him about all the I done talked the head out. But he listened to all that. So, but it's just like it's therapeutic. I don't know where it's at, but I'm gonna be calling tomorrow, seeing what's going on. You see what I'm saying? And,
as you should.
Yeah.
And everybody build an individual. I like how you said that. I do love the group, but I want an individual relationship with my sister, my brother, because you're trying to pick everything together.
Yeah.
So if you had any advice in 2024 or what you can give, probably somebody out there thinking about, should I try to find my member or should I just continue on, you know, and just in my way, what kind of advice or what would you say to them? And I'm gonna ask you first, and then about, you know, everything that came out of this.
It's I mean, everybody's situation gonna be different.
Yep.
Some family members don't need to be found. You know what I'm saying? So you know, everybody's situation gonna be different.
Right.
So, but you know, if it's, you know, I mean, I did the ancestry thing for that very reason. So there was something I was looking forward to, and when it happened, it happened at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it was just, you know, like I said, I was sitting at home yesterday and everything.
Would you tell them to go ahead and do it?
Yeah, I would tell them to do it. I mean, you know, it's just, you never know what you will find.
Well, the reason I asked is because what was very important and what stuck out to me is when you first started this journey, you said that you had been through dialysis
for 4 years.
For 4 years, you had just replaced your kidney. So a lot of times, not saying that, you know, you waited until something happened to want to do something, but a lot of times we think we got time.
Think you got time, right?
You get what I'm saying? And so when you think you got time, you kind of postpone stuff. But thank God, everything working out in your favor, because I just believe that all things work together for them that love Christ.
Right.
So this is working out. And so for you that was your initiative, but you just said, like, you just have to go because you don't know time.
You never know.
You don't know time.
And it's you. I'm trying to put it in words, but it's like it was a chapter that was left unopened.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
It wasn't close.
And so I'm like, you know, let me find out, you know, what this is, because you never know.
Yeah, you know.
Like
if can we be 100? You were sick and you didn't know you didn't know if I was gonna live or die.
Right.
And so you wanted to make sure that I did all that I could do to all that I wanted to do, that to something that was in me to want to reach out to my dad. Because for anybody, that can be an unclosed situation if you don't know your dad or your mom. You know what I mean? But you living as this, but you walk around with somebody DNA you don't know. Yeah, that's a question mark for anybody.
It took away the what ifs.
Right.
It took away the what ifs.
That's
the main. It took away the what ifs. So it's like,
how you make it through that though? Because I can only even though like everybody wasn't always present, I kind of knew what it was at.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, man. It just, I guess growing up, I had a lot of insecurities because of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All my friends I had, like, they knew who their daddy was. Like,
Yeah.
they would go hang out with their dad on Father's Day, so they knew. I was the only one of the dudes that I hung with
Right.
who couldn't tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So that builds a lot of insecurity growing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hear single mothers all the time be like, well, I don't need he don't need it. That bullshit. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, he might
can
not be
be
perfect,
real
but he
about
need to
it.
know who it is and
Exactly.
how to get in contact with him and different stuff like that. So I tell single moms all the time, man, let that boy know it. Let the, you know,
Especially if they're capable and
If they-
able.
exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they, you know, sometimes as single women, sometimes they want to, it's always about the money. You need to take care. But what they forget is the child need both parents if they can be there. And co-parent, if they can be there, because it's something that a man can instill in a son and a daughter that a mother can't. Just like
And
it's
vice
something
versa.
in a woman, she can instill in a son or daughter that a man can't. So it kind of makes sense.
You know, he probably wasn't perfect, but like I'm
Right.
listening to him talking. I'm like, shit, he doing a lot of stuff. And I'm like, hell, I've been trying to do that. I'm like, he just went and did the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
like, so I'm learning something. I'm like,
Exactly.
okay, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe this gives me the kick in the behind I need. Cause I'm like, I keep saying, I'm gonna do this. But you never get to it. Now I talk to him and it's like, God damn, he's just doing it. Well, shit, just do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You go.
You never know. So it just, you know.
Somebody hold you accountable.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like.
And it just, and to know that you can talk to somebody that y'all can be on the same. It ain't no schism or ism. You know, I ain't trying to, cause you need. It ain't about. It's like I really want to see you do good, brother, and you, brother, and I'm glad we met each other. So, what would you say? What you would tell that person that's trying to figure it out, doing all the stuff that you've been through, like just accepting that? Because I'm sure you had so many questions prior to.
So, if I'm making sure I'm understanding the question, it's kind of like, or understanding the question, I think that my response would be more along the lines of, if there's a way for you to find out, like find out, even if he incarcerated, he or she or they, if you think they did, still try, like find out, because you never know from a therapeutic perspective what they could add to you. And it, like you say, some family members don't need to meet each other, but give it a chance, give it an opportunity to grow into something else. And if not for you, for those people, because it is nothing stronger than family.
Right.
Period. It's nothing stronger than family. That's what I have learned from the support system that I have, even though I complain a little bit about them, but
we all do. Nobody's perfect.
a support system is a support system. I would hate it, because sometimes I have dreams that I walk and I see a younger me somewhere, and I would hate to think that it's a young man that got my DNA in him, and he don't know that I'm his daddy.
Right.
And if that's the case, I gotta see what's going on, and I ain't gonna get off of no Pisces stuff and try to like make nobody my son, cause that's what the black man be doing. I think that's my son. I'm gonna get a blood, but this is your fourth blood test. Stop.
Right. Stop it. It's not.
But if I got, I'm gonna see what's going on.
Right.
And however, even if he or she don't speak to me or whatever going
just
on,
need
if I got a lost long cousin somewhere, even if they ain't speaking to me, it's just the same thing. Like when I was incarcerated and I was unable to communicate with Ayana, I still wrote her letters. And sometimes people need to understand that even though we not making contact, I'm thinking about you every day and I'm trying to figure it out.
That's
good. I ain't perfect, but at the same time, what I want to do is I want to try to take what I have right here and try to get some goodness out of it. Even if it ain't nothing but to just clear your thoughts on what, hey man, I love you, I appreciate you, and if I knew, I would have been there for you. That's important.
That is important.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, this is the end of our segment of the brothers that we didn't know that we
And
were
we might be
brothers.
coming back. We might be coming back.
It might be a
together.
part two.
Yeah, it might.
It's gonna be a part two. It's
you know-
so much that's got to be developed.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
And
be different
happen
parts.
organically.
It's gonna
It's
happen organically.
But I it feel comfortable, and well, we can shoot some stuff off, and I think that this is gonna be catching to a lot of people, because you got somebody that you need to reach out to. You got some people that, and I don't know if this is an Ancestry.com commercial, but I know
we need to get a check and set.
like it really, really worked, man. So we're gonna log out, man. I'm here with my big brother TJ. It's the best day of my life. Tomorrow's not promised, man. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.